All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Carlos, I am doing good. It's the first day where there's like solid frost on the ground, so winter is coming. It's a long time coming, though.
Yes.
Normally like we would have had snow by now. Normally my little car would be all put away for the winter with its little blanket on, but I'm still driving it around, so I got nothing to complain about. It's pretty good here. How's things going with you? You've had a rough time of it lately with sickness at home. Kids, you
Yeah,
send them out in
yeah,
the world,
man.
they come back with every flu that's out there.
Everything they can possibly can. Yeah, my 3-year-old, man, she has been having a rough couple of days. So she had another fever today at 4 a.m. Woke up, and me and my wife were just exhausted.
Oh,
But yeah, hopefully she'll be better soon. But it has not been easy the last couple of days. But yeah, friends,
things.
let's
Little kids, man, you gotta stop them from licking things.
it's something else, man. I tell you, everything goes to their mouth, fingers, everything, you name it.
Yep.
All right, friends, let's get to it. U.S. economic calendar, Peter. Let's start there. See what's going on for today. Then we'll look at our gappers list.
Yeah, well, the only thing that I was hoping would be of interest was the CPI, Consumer Price Index, came out just a moment ago, and it was very boring. It came out exactly as anticipated. The month-over-month CPI, 0.2% growth. The core CPI, 0.3%. If you want the year-over-year, it was 3.3 exact. Everything was exactly as forecast. Very, very boring. So, I mean, I guess that's good. They guessed right. The economist had the numbers spot on, but that's fairly boring. I am surprised to see the markets jump up, however. It looks like on that news, the Qs and the SPY are markedly higher. But again, the numbers were boring. So, I guess people are excited that things, happened as expected. Maybe it's the signal. It's the green flag to keep going with this crazy bull market we've seen over the last couple of days. So, I don't know. Anyways, other than that, today we've got a whole bunch of Fed speakers. Again, these Feds, man, they're hitting the speaking circuit unlike I've ever seen before. I mean, I've been around for a long time, and it's really only in the last, I don't know, I would say since COVID ended, you see these Fed speakers, like they're all on these speaking tours. I'm not sure if it's self-promotion or if it's driven by, like, is the Fed looking for a little more exposure and asking all the different Fed leaders to go out into the market. I don't know, but they're speaking all the time. You can see there's a whole list of them here, like every hour today. Almost it feels like we got a new Fed speaker. Generally, they don't have market impact though, right? Like, they don't usually say anything. They stick to the script. They're giving a common message. So it's only if one of the Fed speakers does something real crazy and goes way off script that you see market reaction. However, I'm pretty confident. This is just me guessing, but I'm pretty confident they are heavily, they're guided not to go off script because, of course, I'm sure Powell does not want the market moving. He wants to be the one doing it. Whenever he speaks, the market moves. I don't think he wants everybody out there. Imagine like the chaos if everybody started like shooting their mouth off and causing the market to bounce all over the place. So anyways, should be pretty quiet for the rest of the day. We can look to some earnings. A little bit of a weird day. We have a little bit of opposite day going on today. Some of the earnings came out, and then the stock is moving the opposite direction you would expect. So anyways, most of those were the interesting earnings from last night, Tuesday night. This morning, there's a bunch of earnings, but I don't know, nothing I've ever watched or that I'm interested in. We got some like small semiconductors, like Tower Semiconductor reported. We got some mining companies that reported, but nothing that I typically follow. We do have couple of more earnings coming out later this week. Tonight after the close, we've got Cisco, which I usually take a quick look at. We've got one of our Chinese friends, Billy, tomorrow morning. So a couple more things to look at, but all the big, the major fun has already passed, I think. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But this morning, let's look at the gappers, see what we got to play with.
Yeah, absolutely, friends. Let's take a look at our gap up list this morning. Bunch of tickers on here, man. This gap up list has been very, very active, both up and down. Yesterday was down, today more on the green side of things. So let's start here. Look at the top one today, up 80% is KXIN. So KXIN this morning up 90% now, 16 million shares traded, hard to borrow. The float on this one is we're looking at is that correct? Hold on. Wow, 842,000. So this is like micro-ish type flow here, guys. So be very careful. Could be the low flow of the day. Inactive. Has been active in the past. If you look at October, end of September, did pop up all the way to $30. I don't remember this seeing that, but again, has potential, has been a former runner. So if you're a low flow trader, this is in your field. It is in play today. But again, can't stress enough how careful you have to be. Peter, any news behind it or just low flow madness? Peter, you're on mute.
I am on mute. I'm busy talking to myself,
Gotcha.
and I was having a good time. Low float madness is usually the best bet, right? Because it's just, you never know with these things. In this case, they were on the verge of being delisted, and they did submit the required documents and have confirmed that they've regained compliance with the NASDAQ requirements and can continue to trade. So I guess that's good news. I mean, it's good news that they're not going to be delisted. So I don't think that's reason enough to trade them. But I mean, look at the pop there, right? They closed yesterday below $3. They're almost twice that, or they were a little earlier, twice that. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you like low floats, this is one. So,
yeah,
have fun.
Yeah. Definitely in play, guys. 16 million up 90%. Hard to borrow. You can short this thing. Usually you cannot. But we'll skip down to the next one. Is RKLB Rocket Lab. Nice gap up this morning. 27%, 6.2 million shares traded. Normally the stock does not get great volume, doesn't trade very well, but today they are heavily in play, what seems to be after earnings last night. So good news for them, Peter, as they're taking off here.
Yeah, we had a couple of these rocket companies that had earnings last night. Rocket Labs is probably the most interesting of them. They had good earnings. I think probably what's driving it more is that they announced that they are pushing hard for what they're calling their Neutron launch next year. They got their new Neutron rocket, which is the name of the rocket. It's not like built by Jimmy Neutron or something. Anyways, but it's supposed to launch next year, and they're expecting that customer launches will happen in 2026. So I don't know. I find it fun watching new rockets launch because you just never know when they're going to blow up. But anyways, they're going to be launching some test rockets next year, and then commercial launches scheduled for 2026. So that's moving it a little bit this morning. Despite that news and despite the earnings, I was looking at it a little bit earlier, and the volume is high, but I don't like the way it sort of dropped down. Like 6 a.m. was its peak around over $20. And it's sort of come down. So it may be that the fun is already over on this. I'm not sure. I mean, it's already traded almost its normal daily volume. So, but it looks in play right now. So if it can just if it can keep going through the open, this might be a good stock to at least keep an eye on. But I'm skeptical.
Yeah, same here. It doesn't trade very well. I'll throw it on a secondary for now. It is in play today. It's probably going to be one of their best days as they have some movement here. Normally, they don't do a whole lot. All right, Kava is next. We've seen this ticker before. Today, they are big, man. 16.2, 431,000 shares traded. And remind me what company this was, Peter. Is this like the food service?
It's a restaurant.
Something else, maybe.
Restaurant group.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. And yes, they had earnings after the close yesterday. They beat both on their earnings and revenues, so that's good news for them. They have some look, expectations were put pretty high on this Kava, which runs a few restaurants, including a Mise Grill. I don't know. Anybody ever been to a Kava restaurant? Like, apparently they actually have restaurants named Kava, but it's Mediterranean food. No, very good. Oh, a couple people have. They like it. All right. Well, then maybe you're in the group that's helping them raise their guidance because expectations are pretty high. It was actually a high bar for them to hit, and they did do it in this quarter. So, it's they're sort of doing well on that. I love restaurant chains only because almost inevitably, they will come crashing down to earth very quickly. So you got to wait for that moment. It almost always happens. I have never seen a restaurant chain sort of survive the long term. Probably the only exception is Starbucks that I can think of that has been good for a long time. They're not quite a restaurant, I guess. Are they? Would you call them a restaurant? I don't know. I mean, they're food services.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them a
I don't know.
restaurant.
They're
They're
in
a
a
food
unique
service, I
spot,
guess,
right?
right? Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, but I remember I'm going to go back in time, but I just remember in the day watching Planet Hollywood, right? If it was a publicly traded, and it just went up and then crashed. There's a whole bunch of the Rainforest Cafe. There's a few of those that were like super big. Everybody thought they were going to take over the planet, and then they didn't. Even Krispy Kreme, Anyways, but Kava is the latest.
So Manu might know more about this. Manu and one of our members is saying needs to have table service to be a restaurant. That's interesting. Oh. Interesting.
Oh, really? Right, so they categorize them different. Like Chipotle is one of the other ones that was up and down.
Yeah, so that's not table service, right? So that would be not a right. Okay, that makes sense.
Really? So where would you put?
All right, friends.
But some have mixed model.
Yeah.
Anyways, never mind. All right. We don't need to talk about restaurants.
Go for it, Peter. Go in, man. Go in.
Well,
go.
There's the Peri Peri Portuguese chicken place. What the heck are they called? I forget the name of the restaurant chain now. Nando's. There you go. So what about Nando's? They're mostly fast food, but every once in a while they open a place that actually has table service. And what about if you go to the counter and they just give you one of those sticks with a number on it, and then you go sit and they bring your food to your number? Is that table service? Like it's sort of halfway between.
That I would consider that table service. Yeah, because for example, like Chick-fil-A's like that, right? They give you a ticket. That'll be table service, I would think. I don't know.
So Chick-fil-A then is a restaurant, whereas like Burger King is not. I don't know. Anyways,
interesting stuff. That is the question of the day, my friends.
we love categorizing things when really it probably doesn't really matter. All right, let's get back to
I'm sure some expert out there saying, look at these edicts. It's like this, I'm sure he has a whole charts and maps and diagrams to show how everything works. But yeah, there it is, friends. Kava on deck this morning. I am not going to be watching this one. It's a hit or miss. I mean, it's going to be in play today. Obviously, it's up 16%, 437,000. But my history on this thing is not great. Not my history, just my experience watching it. Doesn't usually trade very well. So I'm going to keep it off my list for today. Taking a look at one that's been active a while back, but today Rivian, 11% right now, 3.8 million shares traded. I remember when Rivian had an amazing June, July, and then just kind of fell apart here. And for the last, month, we've just been doing nothing, just bouncing back and forth between $11 and $10. But today they got something going on, Peter. It looks like they're moving nicely here this morning, up almost 12%.
Yeah, well, Volkswagen has been very busy. They've been investing in all sorts of different car companies, and they're at it again. They announced a $5.8 billion investment in Rivian. So that's a big boost, and that's a pile of cash. So it's a good time for Rivian to get that. Their stock price has been languishing. I mean, I have to admit, of all of the EV car companies, they feel one of the more legitimate. And frankly, I have to admit, I like their SUVs better than any other I've seen out there. I really didn't like the bug headlights at first, but they've grown on me. And there was one I actually parked. I was out at like a Canadian Tire, very Canadian of me. But anyways, I parked my Porsche next to a Rivian, and I was like, it's a good looking car. It was a good looking little SUV there. I thought it was. I wanted to talk to the owner because the Rivian also had a license plate. This was pretty awesome. It had a license plate that said "Not my 911." I'm like I got to talk to this guy. Not my 911. So he also had a 911 out there. I really wanted to talk to him, but when I came out, he was gone. Very sad.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah, very
there's
nice.
my sad tale for the day.
Um,
Anyways,
yeah.
so yeah, Rivian's got a
So
big investment. Definitely in play today. Then you just have to look at the daily to know that typically this has not moved very well at all. Right? Tiny little candles. I mean, it's had many days where it's got like a 20 or 30 cent range, and that's it. So I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping today that would be much better. Obviously, we've got a $1.20 range already this morning, and it's 4 million shares. So if any day is going to sort of help it get back into the movement, today could be the day. A little skeptical though because a lot of the volume typically is driven by algos. You see that happen pretty quickly, so just be careful. Make sure that the retail volume stays active in it, and once you see it start to get that barcode-ish, just get out. Just stop playing it. So I might watch it. Just we used to have fun with this, so it might be good to keep an eye on it again.
yeah, we had some good trading out of this one. Today could be one of those days. I'm gonna put it here on my main list. I might not stay there depending how the rest of the stocks look today. But I think Rivian is worth watching. Everything looks good on it. The numbers looks great. 4 million shares traded, up 11.2. I mean, you name it's looking really nice this morning. All right, we'll stop here in the gap up. We'll bounce around a little bit. Actually, let me look at OKLO because one of the members did mention this in the chat. So might as well look at it now. Take a look at their daily. It's been doing very, very well from $10 all the way to $24 in the last couple of days. So that's been doing interesting there. As far as the daily this morning, we're up 10%, 2.9 million shares traded. The flow on this bad boy is going to be 69 million, so not bad. Looks like earnings is tomorrow. So what's driving it today, Peter? Did they release some kind of information this morning?
They did.
Because
They did. So if
okay,
you remember, this was they popped up with all the nuclear stocks and the announcement that AI is driving a demand for electricity. OKLO just confirmed that they're partnering with two major data centers to deliver another 750 megawatts of power to these data centers, bringing their pipeline up to 2,100 megawatts. So as you can see, the addition of 750 more. That's a good another 30% onto their existing base. So good news for OKLO and the reason for the pop this morning.
yeah, it's great news. We traded this before, and I can't remember if it was good or bad. I don't recall, but nevertheless, it's in play today. How it was going to trade, not sure, but I think it might be worth watching, even as a secondary. So I'm going to add it here, OKLO, and we'll see where it goes. 3 million, up 11.1 right now, and with some news behind it. Earnings coming up tomorrow after the market close, so we'll see how that plays out as well. So we might be seeing this for the next couple of days in action here. All right, we'll stop here. Our gap ups list from what I saw when we first started continues to grow. There's a bunch of stuff at the bottom too. We have more EVs. We have more Chinese tickers. Our buddy Tesla's down here, MSTR, excuse me. That is also in play this morning. I mean, you name it. Crypto is back in action today, and we'll talk about Mara as well. Peter, let's go to you on what you like and maybe some earnings. I think some of these might be falling into that.
Yeah, well, you just mentioned it, so why don't we go right into crypto? $90,000, Bitcoin sitting at $90,340 right now. So, yeah, you can pick your stock in that stage. It has been a fun week for the crypto stocks. Again, normally the Bitcoin price doesn't move heavily during market hours. It's usually an after hours or weekend, but that's just usual, right? This week has not been usual. We've seen Bitcoin prices move during the day. Other cryptocurrencies have followed suit, and as a result, we've seen some good movements on Mara and Coin and a bunch of others. So, yeah, I like what I'm seeing, and I like the Bitcoin price movement. I think even Eamon in the chat room was trading He was trading like a Bitcoin ETF or something. BT. What the heck? It was BTCT. Yeah, there we go. BTCT. I can't even say it. He was trading the other day, and looks like he had a good trade on it. So, anyway, so yeah, crypto in play. Pick your favorites there. As for earnings on the gap up, it's sort of hard to know what to tell you about on the gap up because I said it's a little bit of opposite day. For example, Spotify. Spot is gapping up this morning, but they actually missed their estimates. They are, now there's not all bad news. They actually missed their earnings and revenue. However, their gross margins saw an improvement by 31.1%. So that's strong. And forward-looking guidance, they did actually increase their guidance. So despite missing the quarter, they increased their guidance, which is a pretty bullish thing for the company to do. So I guess it sort of makes sense that they're gapping up. They also did get 2 analyst upgrades. Well, one upgrade and one they held their rating to a neutral, but they drastically increased their price. So that doesn't technically count as an upgrade, but it's an upgrade. So that's Spotify. No, not Shopify. We did this last night. Spotify, SPOT. So, anyways, that's the one that's moving. There you go. And what else is gapping out? How about Occidental Petroleum? They actually was sort of, I guess it makes sense that they're up. They beat their numbers. It's been tough for the oil companies. Crude oil prices down 6% in the last quarter. Natural gas prices down 4% over the quarter. But Occidental still managed to beat their numbers. So they delivered to promises.
What's the ticker, Peter?
Despite the fact, Oxy, OXY. There you go. Good old Oxy. So they're in play and had earnings today, and I think we covered everything else. So yeah, those are the couple that I was watching from last night's earnings on the Gap Up list. The other one, of course, that we should mention, I guess, if we're talking Gap Up, is Tesla. Tesla was gapping down yesterday at the open. Actually had a pretty down day yesterday, but I mean, it's been in play all week, right? We've already got 7 million shares traded on Tesla. It's sitting here, and it's actually looking pretty decent so far in the early trading. Just about hit 340, not quite, but I mean, this thing is in play, right? Who knows where this thing can go? It's it hit a high on, what was it, Monday's high? Monday's high was 358. It looks like. So yeah, I mean, why not? Let's go back there today. So yeah, I think Tesla definitely in play.
Absolutely. We'll be adding Tesla to my list, of course. That one is looking really nice this morning. And then between all the Bitcoins, I like, obviously, Coin. I'm going to be watching that one. Mara will be on a secondary for now. I mean, they had earnings last night, and we can see how they play out today. So Mara looks good, bouncing back this morning. So plenty of stuff you can look at. If you're a little bit more risky, you can look at MSTR. This one moves very aggressive, just be careful. MSTR is another great one, also looking nice this morning. All right, capping down, not a whole lot. Sound, we'll start there. This one is down 12%, 4.4 million shares traded. So again, we got some action this morning. Looks like after hours earnings last night, Peter, not treating them so well at the moment.
Yeah, this is one of my opposite day stocks. So SoundHound, AI, I guess expectations maybe are just too high. They beat their numbers. Revenue growth was up 89%. They raised their guidance for the next quarter, but apparently it's not good enough. So yeah, they are gapping down this morning. I mean, I only saw good news on SoundHound, but they apparently are, not impressing. That's what happens if you're a meme stock. I guess people have unreasonable expectations, right? They to the moon or bust. Apparently, it's bust today, which is a shame. But who knows? I mean, they do look like they're in play. They they've got unusual volume here at 4.5 million shares traded already. So yeah, let's go SoundHound. I think it's it's not quite a low float, Carlos. We've watched this before. I mean, it's got 300 million shares in the float, but it sort of trades like a low float. It is a sub $10 stock, so be careful with it if you want to play it. But it looks like it could be fun today to me.
Yeah, yeah, it sure does. I'm going to add it here on the secondary today and see where it goes from there. Next on the list is Matter, which I already have because we were talking about just overall crypto when Peter was mentioning their numbers here. They're down today, obviously, because of their earnings and their reaction last night. But for the most part, I'm going to have them on my secondary list. Another one that's been really active as well, SMCI. So SMCI this morning down 3%, 2.2 million shares traded. We're getting a lot of volume, but we're not getting crazy great intraday trading action like we did when this thing first started moving down, right? During if you look at the daily, during the end of October into November, we had a lot of play here. We had some good up days, some good down days. Now we're kind of just, although we're still getting volume, we're kind of just not getting that really good price action. So could be that the fun is over, but the volume is still there. 2.2 million, down 3% this morning. Could be interesting, man. I don't know if I'm going to watch it, but could be interesting, Peter. You like this one today? What's your thoughts on it?
I don't know. I mean, it's sort of more of the same news, right? Like we already know that they had that they're late in filing their 10K forms. They just informed the regulators that they're going to be late in filing that um, their quarterly financial reports, and we knew that, right? Because their auditor resigned, which means they can't get audited statements without an auditor. It's not. It's funny because their statements not. It said that they sorry let me read what they said. They can't submit it in a timely manner without unreasonable effort or expense. So they're sort of implying, well, we could, but it would cost too much, so we're not, which I'm not quite sure that's accurate, because they probably couldn't, even if they threw all the money at it. But in any event, really, it's just news that this SEC filing of the financial statements is required and is not being provided. So I think, I don't know. I mean, even the pre-market is very choppy, so I'd be skeptical about getting some decent trade out of it. I mean, it might pick a direction and go, which now that direction primarily looks like it's probably would be down. But I don't. Yeah, Carlos, I'm not sure. I don't know. It was actually good to trade in a
Yeah,
couple of days when I said I didn't want to watch it, and I missed it. I missed that opportunity, which I did have a little bit of FOMO for. But this is now we're definitely in hit or miss territory, right? You just don't know if this is going to move or not.
yeah, I agree 100%. I'll leave it alone for now. I mean, you got any secondary, but again, it is possibly in play this morning. More crypto stuff coming up on the gap downside of things as they're getting more volume. Look at CleanSpark is up, down 2.4, 1.5 million, and Riot also making the list just now, down 2%, 1.4 million shares traded. So again, just they're taking over both sides of the list, up and down this morning. They're all over the place. All right, we'll stop here. Peter, for the gap downside of things, what do you like this morning, or maybe any earnings we haven't talked about yet?
Well, you mentioned Mara sort of in passing. I was holding that on the gap down list because yeah, they had, again, despite crypto and Bitcoin being up, Mara had I guess a little bit of a disappointing quarter. They didn't quite didn't hit their numbers. They did have some good news in the quarter, but they are gapping down a little bit. Other than that, I think we covered everything. I mean, just in general, of course, we could talk about the semis. They're a little all over the place. Like Nvidia was gapping down earlier when we started the show. Now they're up. Saying AMD has been a little embattled in the last little while. I mean, yesterday was sort of another heavy down day for my buddy AMD. Not. I have to admit, it hasn't been a great trading stock in the last little while. Nvidia has been a lot more interesting. So
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I, uh, I haven't given up hope. I'm just saying, hasn't quite been as much fun. So, other than that, what else is gapping down? Microsoft and Apple are both gapping down this morning. They both had good, interesting days yesterday. Anyways, Microsoft, big up day for Microsoft yesterday. So I'm not surprised to see it down just marginally today. Apple didn't have so good of a day. It was a little choppy, but it is fun watching, right? We've only got three companies that are worth over $3 trillion. And it feels like Apple, Microsoft, and Nvidia are all sort of battling for the top spot. Every time one falls behind, the stock seems to go up. So Microsoft was in third place, so they had a big up day yesterday, but it wasn't enough to catch up. By the way, I think they're still in third spot. If I look them up, they're sitting at a lowly 3.1 trillion, whereas Apple currently is at around 3.4 trillion, and Nvidia is still in the lead at $3 trillion in valuation. So they're the only three, by the way, that are in that stratosphere, right? So they have unique positions up there. But anyways, holding pace.
Yeah. I'm gonna have Nvidia. I agree with you. AMD to the side for now. Nvidia looks good. 6.9 million shares traded. And I like their daily. Like if you look at the way their daily setting up here, we've been for the last 4 trading days at least holding just right near this all-time highs. We had a really down day on a month. This would have been Monday, right? So it's Wednesday. On Monday, right? Sold off, came right back yesterday, and again we're continuing to slam into this all-time high resistance level there. So I like that setup. Man, this looks like it wants to go. Like it looks like it's ready to get into a new all-time highs here on Nvidia. Man, looks really good. So definitely like that one. All right, let's stop here and let's look into what our teams is watching. So over into our chat room, if I can find it, just had it. There we go. BBT, what do you guys like this morning? What are you guys watching? Nvidia, yep, we have that on deck. OKLO. Fat Boy, we did talk about this. We did talk about that one, OKLO, but I have it on my secondary. It could be very explosive today. I like the numbers here. We're up 10%, 3.3. They have some news behind it. So I have it here. Let's see where it goes. Apple, it's good. I think Apple for me is going to be more of a secondary for now, alongside Microsoft. You can look at either one of those. Again, they're in play. They got volume. Not the best setup pre-market right now compared to like like an Nvidia. Look how beautiful and clean this looks compared to a coin. Look how nice that setup looks after 8:15 here. Tesla also looking very good. So they're there, but again, to the side for now. It could be interesting as the market opens. So we'll keep an eye on it on the secondary list. All right, Spotify we did talk about, and trying to see anything else. Hymns. Let's talk about hymns. I see 2 of you guys mentioning that at the same time here. So let's see what's going on with HIMS. HIMS up 7%. You guys are saying, yeah, it's just started to get going. Yeah. So up 7.7. Any news? Seems like it's just starting to get very active in the last couple of minutes. So we'll check if anything's happening there. Heading towards the recent high from Monday, looks like. Peter's scanning
on HIMS. I don't know what the news is, to be honest. I don't see any news articles on it. I mean, they had their earnings last week, so I know that's not it. I know that they're also looking for big growth in their anti-obesity drug. I like how they just call them obesity drugs, but anyways, it's like this headline here, right? Hims and Hers smashes estimates on robust obesity trajectory. That doesn't sound good. But anyways, that's the headline. So I guess what they've done is they looks like they've increased their guidance on what they expect to earn out of their anti-obesity drug, which is what's driving the stock price up this morning. But the volume is pretty low. Like we're still under 1 million shares. This is the NYSE stock. So, whenever I see that it trades on that exchange, I know, the volume in the pre-market may not be indicative of what it does when the market's open. So, I mean, it could have a good day. I mean, yesterday was pretty dull day, but Monday was no. Oh, what am I looking at here? Oh yeah, but yeah, Monday was great. Like it had a huge pop higher. So who knows? If you like it, then by all means watch it. I don't think I'm going to be spending a lot of time on it. I'll wait for if the room tells me I'm missing the fun, then I'll go take a look.
Yeah, I'm with you there, man. But again, looks like there's something happening there. It's moving up 8% now. We'll see how it looks in a couple of minutes here. All right, over on our YouTube chat, I got just 2, three actually, BTM. What is this one? Oh, this is Bitcoin. So you can pick your favorites. I'm going to go with Coin, and I also have Mara on my cryptocurrency trades Bitcoin, here. And then let's look at PLTR. Yeah, PLTR up 2.7, 2.4 million shares traded. They had a really great stretch here at the beginning of the month, right? Really, really nice. Couple of great days. The last couple of days are trying to break out. Today looks good. They always get the volume. It's a hit or miss. We really just have to watch it and see what it does at the market open. Because look at it yesterday. Yesterday's a great example. We see this from PLTR. I've seen this many times, right? Beautiful, very active pre-market activity. And that didn't try to open yesterday, but if you look at this is just chop. The minute the market opens, does nothing but chop around. But again, we've seen days which we actually traded where it runs really nice, right? So, and it was like that for almost the entire day. I mean, this is like a what 40 cents range. It starts to break out a little more after that, but it was not great yesterday. So, but it's a hit or miss. You just never know what you're gonna get on that one.
Yeah.
So if you like it, put it on your list. I'm gonna keep it off for now on this one. Yeah, Peter.
We We've been talking about this a lot in the afternoons. PLTR Brian has been bringing up the fact that there's a number of
Mm-hmm.
directors of the company, like Alexander Karp and someone else named Peter Thiel. They have, like, between the two of them, since September, they've redeemed something like $3 billion worth of stock. Now, I don't know how many shares they've got because they have literally redeemed tens of millions of shares each. But there's a bunch of others too. There's a Heather Planishek, and like they're just redeeming millions of shares at a time, worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And it's quite I don't know. I don't know. We don't know if it means anything, right? Because it's tough to know how many shares these individuals have. Like if it's a significant part of their holdings, then that would be a concern that maybe they're seeing the top, right, and they're thinking it's time to get out. But it could be because unfortunately their share holdings aren't listed. Some companies they do. In this, a lot of these directors don't have their total holdings listed, so it's tough to know. But just looking at the float, this is a company. This is not a low float, right? Palantir's got over a 2 billion share float, which means these directors, if they've been around for a while, they could have 100 million shares for all I know. It's sort of interesting that they're deciding to take, like, again, billions of dollars worth of share redemptions out of the company. So take that for what it's worth. But I mean, there's no question Palantir's been on a roll. I mean, if you got that much money locked up in the company, feels like a smart thing to do, to take a little bit off the table, right? I mean,
Yeah, I
anyways.
mean, look at it go even right now. So you're talking about this thing. It's breaking pre-market highs, and yeah, it's I'll put it in a secondary because it can be explosive. We had some really good trading out of it, but it's a hit or miss. But I'll put it on here. Let's see how this looks closer to the market open. All right, friends, we'll stop here. Let's take a look at what our community is doing today on this beautiful Wednesday, chilly Wednesday. Peter, what we got going on this morning or this afternoon?
Chili Wednesday. All right. Hey, that gives me an idea for dinner. Chili Wednesday. All right. But it's Psychology Wednesday here. Yeah, there you go. Why not? Anyways, in the chat room, it's Psychology Day, which means that we've got a psychology webinar coming at you tonight. Wesley Altman's taking over, and he's going to talk about the path to trading mastery, how you can cultivate patience and emotional control in your trading. Very, very important. It's tougher to do than you'd think. I think most of us get into trading and expect it to be a technical exercise. It doesn't take long for most of us to start to realize this is much more about managing our psychology and our emotions than it is about managing the technicals. That's the easy part. Not easy, but easier than the psychology. So that's why we spend so much time focusing on it. And tonight is a good time to get some in-depth education. Hopefully you'll join us at 8 o'clock if you're an elite member in the webinar room to listen to Wesley's presentation. And then next week we have yet another psychology presentation with Randy Howell, who does these great series for us. He's been presenting in the room for quite a while. So that's on Wednesday, November 20th, talking about how winning can be dangerous to your trading success. Sounds counterintuitive, but he's absolutely correct. I understand what he means. So that's another one to put in your calendar. Don't forget, on Wednesdays, we also have our Bookmap series, new series led by Nathan, who's going to take you through Bookmap, how to leverage it. If you don't know what Bookmap is and you're curious, join Nathan and find out. If you're an elite member, you can join the webinar room and find that out. That's at noon today. If you do have Bookmap and you want some help configuring it or getting the maximum value from it, then also the place to go. Either way, join Nathan and you can be part of that webinar. So that's what we've got going on today. If you want to join us at the variable trading community and in the chat room, or you just want to get a hold of the educational material, then check out one of our membership options. You can use the basic or elite monthly, the elite annual, or currently with the best deal is this diamond package we've got, which gives you everything in the elite annual plus a $50,000 funded account. So why would you not do that? If you're thinking about getting the elite annual, then go for the diamond, whether you want to use the account or not. But if you do, it gives you an opportunity to trade in. It is sort of a simulated environment, but we'll pay you real dollars if you make real money. So there are some rules in there, but you get a $50,000 account that you can play with. So hopefully it's something that would prove value and perhaps even profitable for you. So check it out. Go to the website. You can get more information. And if you want information on the markets 24/7, anytime, you can go to tradingterminal.com. It's the place to go. It's where I keep sending you. What flashed across the screen there is, don't forget, we've got our TEDx event coming up. I'm not going to tell you about this every single day until March, but we are pretty excited about it. Our TEDx BBT Live Trading Summit, it's a 3 days of fantastic events and activities happening in Vancouver in 2025. So consider joining us. You can get early bird tickets. The prices only go up from here. We always sell these things out. So, if you really think you're going to go, then buy the ticket. If you're not sure, we understand, but beware, buyer beware. I guess that they will go fast. So it should be a great event. We're combining an actual formal TEDx event on the first day with our normal sort of trading symposium and seminar. So it should be a great event. Hopefully you will join us for that. All right, Carlos, let's set some levels. I'll tell you what moderators are watching. We'll get ready for live trading. Still lots of stuff to do here.
Yeah, thanks, Peter, for that. Friends, right now I have Rivian, Tesla, Coin, and Nvidia on my list. I might move some other ones up here, but let's do levels for these four for now, and then we'll see where the morning takes us in just a couple of minutes here. We'll start with Rivian. Rivian in play today. Again, probably the least of my favorite on this list, but I do like that we're up 9%. I like the volume on it today. Hopefully we can get something going here. 12,018 cents is the high of the pre-market. The lowest over at 1131. So we'll slam two levels there. If we look to the left on the daily, we're going to see an area of some support and resistance just slightly above where the price action is right now, like 1165. So we'll mark that there just in case. We'll see how that plays out. Then outside of the range we have this morning, above that 1218, which is the pre-market, the big level is going to be at 1284. You see how many times we held that as support before we finally lost it here back in September, and we haven't been up there ever since. So today could be an opportunity to do that. But right now we're selling off from the highs, so not looking too good as far as getting a breakout going. We're still up 9.2, 5.8 million. So the volume is there. Let's see if it can get the legs to get going here. Towards the bottom, we do have the highs and lows of the last two trading days, doing a great job covering you as far as levels go. Looking at Tesla next, Tesla's just been on fire, guys. Up or down, doesn't matter. It's trading very, very well. So really good opportunities. And in some cases, you just kind of sit, sit on your hands for a little bit until it provides you the opportunity. At the open, it can be a little tricky to get going at first, but once it settles down, it can trade very, very nicely. High of the pre-market this morning, 39.74. The low of the pre-market down at 29.32. So we'll put a level there as well, just slightly above the previous day close. And once you zoom out and look at the daily, you are surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days. So I don't think you need to add anything else. You're pretty set here when it comes to levels. Taking a look at Coin this morning. Coin looks really nice. You could look at, I have Mara on my secondary as well. That also looks good. But I like the way Coin is set up, especially on the daily. They're in the green and they're looking to break out their recent highs here. If Coin is going to, if all the cryptocurrencies are going to continue to rally this morning. So as far as levels, you're covered. Even the highs of the pre-market this morning are basically the highs from yesterday. So still stuck within that range. Looking to break out of the bigger range, which is the highs and lows for Monday, as you see on the screen here. So Coin looking really nice, friends. Volume is awesome, 1.5, and we are up almost 2% on this thing. Here's Nvidia, and this is probably going to be the one that if it can get going, we're going to do very well and have a lot of fun with. 149.40 is the high of the pre-market. Towards the bottom, we're going to mark the low of the pre-market down at 147.43. And again, we spoke about this earlier. The daily just looks awesome. We continue to slam into our all-time highs here, and every sell-off has bounced back pretty nicely. Hopefully looking for a nice breakout today if we can get going, right? And I love the way these breakouts happen. Like you saw Tesla's breakout last time, right? It just kept going. Just the breakout really followed through. So hoping Nvidia can have something very similar like that. It's going to be a lot of fun to see that. All right, those are my 4 tickets for today. I'm going to ask some more as we go through this, but let's get to what our moderators are watching this morning. Peter, what's on deck for our mods today?
All right. Yes, our moderators are starting to get in there with their lists. So we'll start with Avi, who is in first, watching the usual here with NVIDIA, Amazon, and Microsoft. Megan is actually going to be watching NVIDIA, Coin, and Kava. Mike is watching NVIDIA and Coin. Thor watching AMD, Amazon, NVIDIA, and of course the market indices as always. Lenny, usual with his big list, and I can't blame him. I got big one too. Oh, wait a second. That didn't sound right. Anyways, moving on. He's watching Tesla, Nvidia, Amazon, MSTR, PLTR, Coin, and Spot. Caught you all by surprise, didn't I? Made you pay attention. All right. I'm going to be watching AMD, Tesla, and Nvidia. I've also got Coin, PLTR, Amazon, and Spot on your list. I do have. Actually, I do have 2 IPOs potentially to let you know about. I got to update my list there. PRB and IZTC potentially opening today. All right. Continuing with our list here. We also have Brendan, who's going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, Mara, Coin, and Amazon. You see a lot more of the crypto on their list this week. Not a surprise with how they've been moving. And then Brian is going to be watching NVIDIA, Mara, AMD, and Amazon. We didn't talk much about Amazon. You notice on a lot of our lists. I noticed some of our moderators and people in the room talking about it. It has been sort of on a tear. Last week it moved up heavily. This week it's sort of just been hanging out at this high level. But yeah, like it feels like it's just trying to get over this high, right? The high that was set on Thursday of last week at 212.25. We'll see if Amazon can finally get over that today. But we'll all be watching it. We'll certainly let you know. So. All right. If you get an opportunity, you should join our channel in YouTube. That way you can get updated on all of not only the live shows we've got, but Andrew's summaries that he does on his trading. Very, very informative and educational. Andrew's been, he's been having a good time of it, but, like he's very open about the days when it doesn't work as well as the days when it does work. And I think that can be just as valuable as anything, knowing that even at Andrew's level, right, they're not all winning days. It just comes with the territory. It doesn't matter if you're trading $20 risk or $20,000 risk. There's good days and bad days, and you have to learn how to manage that. So I want all of you to trade smart, and that way you can be here for the long run, and we can trade together as we move into the future. Hopefully, are live traders getting there? There should be. I don't see them online yet.
Should be.
They're coming.
Yeah, I don't see them. Yeah, but they're on their way. They're on their way. Friends, as we wait for our live traders to join us, Brian and Andrew will be trading live with you next. Hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We have 200 likes at the moment. We'd love to be a little bit higher if we can. If we could end the show with 300, me and Peter have done our job. So 700 people almost watching today. So thank you guys. That's a great number already at 9:18 Eastern time this morning. So thanks for that. All right. Anything else that we didn't cover, Peter? I see Brian is in his list.
Yeah, I think we got it covered in the room for things that we're watching. I got to get my IPOs out there to see if they take off today. IPOs have been very boring for a very long time. I stubbornly keep watching them. I'm going to stubbornly keep letting all our members in the room know when they're opening. But it's been a while since we've had a good IPO that we can trade effectively. But I keep hoping. Hope is a term.
All the action is on these stocks. Yeah, look at Nvidia. Nvidia wants to go. Looks like it wants to go here. Hopefully, it doesn't leave some action for us for the market open here.
Mm-hmm.
Brian. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning,
Brian. Good morning.
Good morning. So, how's everyone doing?
Great.
out there.
Good,
How
man.
are
We're
you?
doing good.
Great. Good. We got the CPI data came out. Everything was pretty much in line,
Very
right?
boring.
Very boring.
Right on. Right on the
There was
nose.
sort of an inkling of a little bit of at least a flattening of the trend instead of sort of a continuation downtrend. Nothing to be concerned about yet, but anyway, yields have on the treasuries have come off their yesterday's highs, and bonds rallying back. Look at this, yeah, in Nvidia right back at yesterday's high right now. Is this because Jensen Huang's doing his AI thing over in Japan? I think it is.
Is he?
I think he's doing something over in Japan. Besides eating sushi.
Is he in Japan, or is AI Avatar over in Japan?
It's a good question. So, Peter, what
That
are you
would make
watching
an
today?
impact, right? He
Yes.
should just send his Android out there. I'll be
There,
watching
yeah.
Amazon. I want to see if Amazon
Okay.
is finally going to, make a new high. It's been trying all week and hasn't been able to, but it's been looking strong. So we'll see what that's doing. I'm also watching Nvidia because I do like you're saying, Nvidia it's just been moving. It's been good movement the last couple of days. So let's see what it does today. And
I'll be watching
Amazon. I want to see if Amazon is finally going to, make. Well, I'm getting an echo of myself.
Yeah, Peter.
Yeah.
I like to
How'd I
move
do that?
Move it. I don't know. I like to move it. All right. Oh, no.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, okay.
We can hear you
Yep,
now,
we hear
Andrew.
you now.
Your camera's all
Yes.
not focusing.
All right, guys. Good morning. The inflation, up or down? I don't know.
It's flat, basically as expected.
As
I think
predicted.
there's something's going on with your camera there.
Yeah,
there
it
it is.
doesn't. I think
Is that? Oh, there it
inflation
is. Looks
doesn't
better
really
now.
impact the market that much. All right. All right, guys. Laptop today. We are
Hopefully,
doing
we
laptop
get enough.
today. It's Wednesday.
If we get enough likes, I think that's important.
I think you said
You look at,
800.
yeah.
All right,
So,
let's go after.
All right, guys. Trade smart.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Carlos.
Yep. Take care, guys. See ya.
Thank you.
Cheers.
All right. So, Brian, PLTR is gapping up again, back to all-time high.
I know.
PLTR, I'm going to watch. What's your watch, Brian?
I'm watching Nvidia. Nvidia really looks like it's going to try to break out here.
150, yeah, all-time high. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah,
Nvidia
you can
is
see-
at all-time high.
See there, and look at they're
NVDA.
kind of front. Yeah, they're front running
All-time
this
high.
150.
Yeah, 150 with 150 is all-time high. So, damn.
Well, it's like 149.95 or something like that, or 149.75. Bitcoin is kind of taking off again. Oh, shite. I was kind of interested in HUT, H-U-T. It's another Bitcoin miner. It's really starting to blast off here. Yeah, Nvidia right at high of by the pre-market right now. Right up, tucked right up on yesterday's high. So watch for maybe get a bit of a pullback on that one, and for a possible entry. That's going to be the plan.
literally to the moon. I think everything is to the
Yeah.
moon. Bitcoin 90,000. Coin, Amazon not really much. SMCI not.
Yeah, 89,800 according to Trading Terminal on Bitcoin right now.
Hmm.
89, yeah, it's trying to get there.
All right, so NVDA definitely is long. If you can give us a good entry. Right now, it's super extended on the VWAP, and that's what we don't want. Like right now, it rejected all-time high of 460. BTCT, what is this one running up? Bitcoin Digital. This is also crazy. Fuck me, it's starting from what? $8 to 22?
Crazy.
BTCT is interesting. Did you see BTCT?
Yeah, that's ET. That's an ETF, isn't it?
I don't think it's ETF. It looks like an ETF. Ayman traded yesterday. BTC Digital, no, I don't think it's the ETF. The
No.
float is 2.5 million on it. Chinese Bitcoin miner.
Oh, there you go. What could possibly go wrong? Chinese.
Basically, close 10 is now trading at 21%. Be careful of this one, guys. This one is could be very dangerous.
Is this a low float?
Yes, it is.
Hmm. Oh wow, yeah.
Only 2 million.
Look at it. Look at it gap up here.
All right, guys. So a few minutes to the open. Tesla yesterday was super choppy at the open. Really chopped us really bad.
Yeah. I'm trying
Maybe we
to,
wait a little bit.
yeah, I think I'm not keen on Tesla this morning. It's really flatlining right now. Not that it won't break out at some point or break down, one or the other.
Kava had earning. What is that one? Kava.
Yeah, Kava is restaurant chains. Yeah, so they had
So
they
people
had some pretty they put up some pretty good numbers.
Dave. Dave is funny. Dave ticker. This one is up, but no volume. Dave is a perfect
There's a
example of the stock that's gapping up, but there is no volume on it, so we don't want to trade that for sure.
yeah.
Very low. This one is also up 35%.
Yeah. OKLO. Yeah, I had it as a swing trade for quite a few weeks. Wish I'd held on to it.
Gosh.
It's
What is this one?
It's a Sam Altman nuclear power play.
Sam Altman is into nuclear power plants now.
Apparently, yes.
These
I guess it's
billionaires are becoming.
getting into everything. A lot of of course, everybody's hyped up on the SMR, these SMRs, small modular reactors. So you're going to need all
it's
this.
interesting.
Yeah, you're going to need
I
a
was
huge
reading an
amount of
article.
power. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, no, I was reading an article that was saying that how this Sam Altman and Elon Musk and everybody, some of these billionaires are becoming like this oligarch. They have their hands on everything. Now they're getting into politics too. So
yeah, totally. It's the
Becoming?
way things are going.
Or already?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think we're pretty much there.
what, Brent? You were trying to say something?
Oh, I
You
said
were
becoming.
saying-
Or are we already there?
Are they already?
So I'm the last
Yeah,
person to realize this. Everybody knew that.
Elon Musk is he just got appointed to by Trump to some to what was it called? Governments had to do with government efficiency.
Deutsch Department
Yeah,
of Government
government.
Efficiency,
Yeah,
which is funny.
and then
They
yeah,
have two uh, department leads. What are they called in America? In Canada, it's minister.
Secretary. I think they are secretaries.
Secretary. They have two secretaries for Department about Efficiency.
yeah.
Mm.
And Musk is one of them. So there you go. See, he'll do what he did at Twitter and just go in and every department they cut 80% of the workforce.
All right, so NVDA is starting on. Let's see what NVDA
Pulling
is
back.
doing.
Nvidia is pulling back a
Rejected
bit.
the all-time high rejected the all-time high in pre-market. Let's see what we're gonna get. Tesla, what's PLTR doing? PLTR has volume but setting off. Tesla is also SPY rallied after a CPI number, huh?
Yeah. Oh crap. Mara's popping up. Mara's going to 25 probably.
Yeah, PLTR looks like it wants to go to 62. All right, Tesla is also coming up. Potential opening range breakup on Tesla if it closes above. I'm getting a long on Tesla 337, guys. For opening range breakup toward 339. Let's see if it can hold it. Let's see. Okay, now it's popping up nicely. Let's see if you can get the breakup pre-market high. I'm adding a little bit more on it. Let's see if you can get to 339 on Tesla. Finally, one good trade on Tesla.
Yeah, I'm long HUT. HUT.
All right. Bar sharing, guys, in 339, 60. That was a very nice 1 minute breakup. There was very nice established levels in the pre-market. PLTR.
Just sell. I'm selling. PLTR. I'm selling HUT. Selling some HUT here at 26.60. Whoa! Yee!
What is it? TKR HUT?
HUT.
HUT?
It's yeah, HUT. Yeah, it's trading like Mara basically. We're going to go to 27. Come on, baby.
Tesla is amazing, guys. Tesla.
Crazy.
Selling some Tesla 41.25. Yes, we made some losses back from yesterday.
Oh, there you go. Just bailed a lot on that HUT move through 27.
Tesla is officially a meme stock. Look at this.
That was good.
You fucking kidding me? Look at this. Guys, some long heavy Tesla guys selling more at 343.
Look at these Bitcoin stocks. They're going crazy.
Jesus, look at that Tesla.
I don't know what Coin did, but I'm guessing Coin went up quite a bit too.
Wow.
Big order on Mara at 26.
Did anyone join you on Tesla? Paris, what did you do? Did you love Tesla?
Here we go. 26 on Mara. Just sold my
right now. Nvidia wants to come up. Nvidia is coming back up from the previous day close. I'm getting a long on Nvidia at 148.98. Let's see if Nvidia can close above the VWAP.
I'm a bit concerned about Nvidia.
Really it is weird, but potentially now with this of the market, 149.12. Let's see if you can actually get the close above the VWAP 149. I'm long on it at 149. Or there you go. NVDA. Let's see, closed above the VWAP. Let's see. Let's keep our hope up. above 149.30. Maybe I add for the break of high, all-time high. Maybe not. I'm also adding a little bit on Tesla, 342.24. All right, so let's see if NVIDIA can get out of these moving averages. See my screen, guys. If the NVIDIA can get over of these moving averages on the 1 minute chart, you might have a chance to back toward the all-time high.
I'm staying out of Nvidia right now. I think it's at sort of a level where it's really got a lot of resistance. Maybe if it breaks out.
Let's see if you can see the big ask or something on it. How's the book map on that doing? Yeah, definitely.
I'm guessing there's a huge look at that. Look at the orders. Look at the orders here between 149.50 and 150. Man, it's got a lot of orders to get through. And there's a lot of orders down here at 148.
Let's see. Like I have a small position on it, so if it gets below the VWAP, I'm adding more on Tesla at 342.50. Let's see if Tesla can do a 5-minute open range breakup. Looks like it wants to break out. Let's see. Yeah, Nvidia is kind of. I think eventually it's gonna go. It's just one of those times that's probably is gonna.
I think it has to take it's got to take a number of runs at this thing by the looks of it. I guess must be Elon must be up on his appointment.
Yeah. All right. I gotta stop that on Nvidia, guys. I gotta stop that on Nvidia. If Nvidia might come back, it just maybe needs a little bit more time. I'm long heavy on Tesla, guys. 4,000 shares now. Let's see, 344 high of the day, 345. Nice. You can see, guys, entries, exits in my screen as well. So 345, Department of Dodge.
Yeah, I'm looking at. I'm long some options on Tesla as well. On the call options, 345s.
Yeah. So yeah, I got partial more than Tesla. I think 346 might be something to get. Market doesn't do anything crazy. SPY and Qs are really out of steam. PLTR was nice. Did anyone took PLTR? PLTR was also super nice 1 minute opening range breakup. Broke off, I think, all-time high on PLTR. Yeah, 63. Let's see if Nvidia can stay green or not. If
yeah, Nvidia is really trying it right at PDC. This could be one of those days where Nvidia doesn't do well. You know, the semis semis are down. MU's down, AMD's red. Come on, Tesla, don't go that way.
All right, so let's see what we're gonna get. How's YouTube doing, guys? We're gonna give laptop away. Laptop away, guys. Laptop.
Laptop. If we get enough likes, gotta get some likes.
I think you said 800, Andrew, yesterday. 800 likes.
Yeah, 300 now. We're gonna give it's 800 likes. We give you a laptop.
Yeah, we got 900 people in here.
Oh, we can do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, if you are trading, if you want to start trading now, it's an amazing time for trading. But be careful. It's also the volatility is very dangerous. So volatility, it can go two ways. You know, it can destroy your life, or you can change your life the way that it did for me. So be careful, guys. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have the proper tool, if you don't have the proper strategy, do not try trading in these stocks. Even experienced traders lose really big money. Like I've been after election losing more than gaining more. It's just you got to be very careful. Like yesterday, red, the day before red. All right, PLPR break of 63. I'm still long on Tesla. It's very close to my entry. Let's see if you can get another pop on it. I still haven't lost hope on NVDA. If I come back up, it's really losing it now. Yeah, I had a really good day on Tesla. So let's see. The question is if we can get another breakout. My average on Tesla is to 340 now. So let's see if you can get another pop on it. Yeah, NVIDIA is really losing it. PLTR was also very nice 1 minute range breakout. It looks like Tesla wants to go for another one.
Let's go Tesla.
Tesla, I'm gonna get long again. Tesla, adding more, not long, adding more. Tesla, another 2,000 shares on it here. The average is 341.26. Let's see if you can survive this. 345
right.
and possibly the next level would be nice. NVDA was disappointing.
All right, here we go. Okay, Tesla back at high day here. It's gonna be a test to see if we can keep going. There are some large orders up there. Here we go. I'm still in these 345 calls.
All right, let's see if Tesla can break another high of the day.
I
Or
got out of some
definitely
of
looks a
these
little bit
calls.
strong.
Yeah, I got out a lot of these calls. I'm a little bit concerned here. Still orders to the upside, but
Depends on the entry. So very important on the entry, guys. Like my entry is 341.26, so a little bit above the VWAP. I might survive this, but might not be a great place to enter the trade, but it might be a place that you want to consider, adding to your position.
yeah,
I think Nvidia
just,
is coming back up.
yeah, really, like you said, it depends on where your entry is, and what will affect your risk to reward for sure.
Nice. BTCT. I actually didn't check BTCT. Fuck, it's halted on the way down. Yeah, be careful, guys, on BTCT. This is super, super volatile. Very dangerous. Recipe for disaster. I think Ayman had a really amazing day. His best day trading ever was on BTCT yesterday. But, Ayman also knows traded small size.
Very careful.
What's Amazon doing?
Amazon's trying to break out here. Let's look, it's at high of day.
Shit, Amazon is at 211.
I thought
that is the habit.
I'm getting out of the rest of those calls on Tesla. I don't feel like I have an edge. So
yeah, you're chickening out, huh?
Well, I don't have the entry you do, and with options you can. Right. Yeah, I mean it may still go, and I mean it's just my position is not as good as yours, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, mine is also not great. It might actually pull back and stop me out. So it has been had trouble for almost 10 minutes to break the high of the day. So it's very likely that it gets stopped out. PLTR was very nice. I'm very disappointed that I didn't take the PLTR. I was looking at it, but for some reason I just chickened out.
I guess it just everybody figures that they're going to get more government. A lot of their contracts are all government contracts. So I guess the thinking is by people that there's going to be a lot more defense spending under Trump.
Yeah, that's exactly the.
So I guess people are, thinking that they're going to have, they're going to get more contracts out of that.
Caribbean. I think there's a case for NVDA to come above the VWAP, so it did bounce back from the red. So I'm looking at watching NVDA potentially getting long in there again, but we're gonna monitor the situation a little bit before making it to the SPY. Break the high of the day. SPY back to the green. Qs are going to the green.
Qs are going back to green. It's funny. Amazon went right to R4 and almost did it basically touch R4? 21 to 1161. It really just came right to R4 and rejected it.
PLTR. Looking at PLTR doesn't give us even a back to get in there. What's AMD doing? AMD lost its momentum, huh? It's not really fun to trade AMD now. Oh, look at the nightmare.
No, AMD is well. It actually was red, went green.
DJT is a butcher shop. Price action super choppy. So here's the situation. I think I'm going to get a stop down on Tesla. It's pulling back. It's not having enough momentum to go back. All right, so Tesla is coming down to my break-even point. I'm getting a stop down on Tesla, guys. NVDA is another situation here. I'm all out of Tesla, guys, on long. Again, it really had trouble breaking out. NVDA is still below the VWAP. I had a really good day on Tesla. NVDA, not so much. Let's see if NVDA can. Something is telling me maybe it's worth to get a long on NVDA. So I'm going to go a long 148.65. I might regret doing that. When it closes above the VWAP, then there is a case for it to come back, go for the high of the day. SPY is trying to hold. So the inflation number was okay. Then nothing. As I said, inflation doesn't really impact the market anymore that much.
No, it's just because it's kind of settled into a range. I really didn't. I was. If I was going to predict what the CPI was, I would have said it was right. Would have been right in line with what the expectations were, which is, was it 2.6% year over year?
Hot is popping up again. This one is what's the float line? It's 71 million. Huh?
Yeah,
IWM is really.
It's funny. It's a Canadian company. They're based in Alberta.
My hometown, Alberta.
Hometown. Qs and SPY are dropping here.
Yeah. I'm adding a little bit more on my NVDA 148.29. Let's see if NVDA. I don't really have a trade book on NVDA here. Is probably I shouldn't be in there. PLTR is also pulling back. PLTR could be 920, Brian. And if he hits to 62.43 near the VWAP, I might go long on PLTR at around the VWAP 62.40 as 920.
Yeah, HUD is rocking it.
Who's rocking it?
Hot.
Yeah.
Hot, baby.
Oh, SPY is dropping really bad. Tesla is losing the VWAP.
Damn it. I shorted Amazon when it tried to make it back up through R4.
RKLB. I think I gotta stop. Gotta stop. No, Nvidia. It was a bad trade. What is this one? Rocket Lab. Never heard of this one. This one is moving up.
Just covering some
46%.
Amazon. It's covering some Amazon here right at the VWAP. That was a really nice rejection from R4. That was a Thor trade.
I'm gonna stop that on Nvidia, guys. I gotta stop that on Nvidia. Nvidia doesn't have. It's just leaking. Nvidia it doesn't have really any momentum toward all-time high. So I gotta stop that.
I think there's just too much. There's too much overhead supply for selling. Right, Thor. Thor was in there too. Thor
What are you
took
trading?
that exact same Amazon. Thor took that exact same trade. The rejection.
You shorted Amazon at R4?
Well, just below it. I missed it when it initially touched R4, and then I watched it come back up and and when it got really close, I just shorted it, thinking, okay, if it goes above 4, I'm out. That's my stop. If it gets down to VWAP, I'll cover some. So it's bouncing here now.
This NVDA piece of garbage is bouncing back. Just wanted to stop me out.
So we're just going to hold this and see if we can run the gamut here. See if we can get. I kind of doubt it. Amazon's going to go red on the day, but it'd be my next target. It would be 209.
ELTR is doing 920.
Nvidia is bouncing a bit here.
I'm getting back on NVDA 148.50. I'm getting back into NVDA long. This NVDA, I think this time is going to go above the VWAP. So this is the second time. I'm getting back on long on NVDA 148.50. I think a little bit more on it. Let's see if we can this time.
My God, Hut is on fire, and Amazon's coming back to my break even on the rest.
Yeah,
it's hard to short a strong stock.
Yeah, market is also not super weak. So let's see if NVDA can close above the VWAP.
God.
Tesla is losing it, surprisingly.
Oh yeah. I was kind of surprised when I woke up this morning. Actually, no, I shouldn't have been. I was thinking I was surprised when I looked at it and it was trading up $10. But then now I remember, of course, because of the Elon Musk appointment.
Yeah, but it's also a lot of Biden news, sell the rumor kind of thing. Like everybody knew kind of. So I would be, I'm not surprised that this thing is dropping. And also, again, reversion to the mean. As I mentioned, this is something that you have to really, really, really believe in. That it's like as certain as gravity. Things come down back to their. Right, so NVDA wants to pop. Come on. NVDA, if NVDA closes above the VWAP, I'm adding a little bit more on NVDA. Let's see, get to 149. Looks like it's holding. That would be a nice short to squeeze. All right, here we go. Here we go.
This looks like it's popping above moving averages in the VWAP now.
Yeah, this is
trying
my
to.
third trade. Bond market is doing nothing. TLT is kind of flat.
TLT's dropped a lot from it actually has dropped a lot from where it opened. It's really TLT is actually rolling over. It was up over 91.50 and now it's under 91.
So nobody wants long duration bonds.
It's not.
That's interesting.
Well, bond prices are up, yields are down a bit. Again, I guess the overarching story or theory is that if we're going to continue to run deficits, high levels of deficits, the blenders are going to require more and more higher and higher interest rates to offset the risk. I don't think there's a risk of last term didn't Trump talk about just defaulting on the debt? Yeah.
I didn't hear that. Actually, this Nvidia is dropping. This Nvidia is dropping again. This Nvidia is gonna go eventually, but it's just chop me up and down so much that I'm gonna really get destroyed. All right, let's see what Tesla doing. This Nvidia probably gonna get out of this
Tesla's come down
piece of garbage.
Tesla's come down to R3.
I'm getting out of Nvidia, guys. I'm gonna stop that on Nvidia again. Just kept losing money on this piece of garbage.
I was very concerned about how much overhead supply there was there on level 2 on Nvidia,
STS.
and plus the markets are looking a little bit weak. Qs are in the red. The SPY's gone into the red.
STS is also interesting. This one is also going up nicely.
IWM's hanging in there. Well, I traded some. I bought some Canadian hut. I'm just in my Canadian accounts too, because it trades on the Toronto Stock Exchange.
PLTR wants to go back up. I should have added PLTR. I told you I'm going to add PLTR at 62.40 instead of this piece of garbage NVDA. Piece of garbage. I should have gone long PLTR. Look at this beautiful 920 on it. Now I might actually go back up to the high of the day, all-time high. I don't know why I just got so hooked up with this piece of garbage NVDA. Tesla lost it really well, huh? Yeah, there's no bottom for Tesla. What the hell was that?
No.
Breakout then.
It's just, well, I think it had to do with him getting appointed to the DOJ, the DOGE.
Deutsch.
Doge.
Doge.
And the funny thing was, the Dogecoin, I think, popped up on just because they mentioned that acronym. Just how kind of a ridiculous.
Like Elon Musk he's such a troll. He loves to make these kind of things. Like he said, he wants to start a university in Texas Institute of Technology and Science. TITS. And then he should. I love TITS. He's such a troll on everything.
Yeah.
It's funny. He has a really good taste of humor, and that's what I like about him. He has a
SPY went green. Back green.
SMC.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
SMC
out of
went green. I
Amazon.
was hoping
I think Amazon. I'm out of Amazon. It's back above. I think it looks like it wants to break out here. I really didn't have high hopes for this breaking down much more, given how strong it's been.
Bitcoin 92,000. We want to see history. Bitcoin has made another all-time high. 100,000 Bitcoin soon.
What is it right now? Oh God, yeah.
Unbelievable guy. Jared, congratulations. John, congratulations. For anybody who
91,000.
is having. Congratulations, everybody. Oh man, it's so funny. I have a lot of friends, DJs, that they had no idea what the hell are talking about. Now that the crypto is back up, they're posting on Instagram. I made $10,000 today on Bitcoin. I don't know how you guys do this 9 to 5 shit. Like, oh man, so funny. Like, they're my good friends, but they're such a degen, like, unbelievable. I don't know how you guys do this 9 to 5. All right, guys, Tesla is nicely.
Ah, you bugger. Amazon. Damn you.
All right, the market is rolling over. Q's dropping, Nvidia dropping, Tesla
really
is dropping. So long on Tesla. Let's see.
I don't know.
Tesla,
Maybe
the way
a
that it's
PD
standing up.
I would say it.
Yeah.
I would say a
Maybe stay
PDC.
close, huh?
If it gets back, if it gets back to PDC, it could be good for a bounce. But you got another $5.50 to go here. There's some big orders. There is a big order at 330. Some big orders up above at 345. I think those are optimistic sellers at this point. Avi, what's going on?
Avi, what are you? How's your Tesla approaching?
What are you doing? What are you doing over there in Dubai?
So Tesla is now dropping. It looks like it's really setting off. I'm not going to take it long on it. Potentially, maybe we can scalp it for the previous day close to 328. But I would stay away from going long on it. If anything, it could be short. This moving average on 5-minute chart, 200 moving average could be a support, but it might not be a support that really makes your strong, doesn't make a case for you to really make a reversal on that. Tesla at the previous day close would be nice, but the problem right now we have with the market is that market overall seems weak. SPY dropped significantly, Qs dropped at 10. So, and I kind of expected, like, because market needs to cool down a little bit. Like when you look at the S&P 500 on a daily chart, for example, it's far from these moving averages. So, and again, reversion to the mean is as certain as gravity. So there are two ways of handling this. It's either SPY has to sell off, come and near the moving averages, or it just chops around a little bit until the moving averages just keeps coming and closer to that, and then the uptrend starts.
Yeah,
this is just as certain as so moving averages to catch up. Same as Tesla, for example. Like you can't go forever like that. Up this. It's just the reversion to the mean. I'm telling you. And because the market is working on the certain principles of fear and greed, and the fear and greed is like exactly like the gravity that the mechanical physics has proven. So you have to, when it goes up, the greed, fear comes, people sell, and they come down, and eventually there are two ways. Either Tesla sells off significantly toward the moving averages, or it just chops around like this until the moving averages catches up with that. All right, Nvidia lost it. I'm glad I'm not in this piece of garbage. I don't know why I tried to take a trade on Nvidia without any trade book. just the bias, this confirmation bias that I had that Nvidia was going to break the all-time high. See, it's just not a good idea. The bias is also in trading is super bad. Like when you set your mindset that has to be like this, it really impacts you. All right, everything is rolling over. Hot. Yeah, see, everything is really dropping. Microsoft. All right, so guys, do you want laptop or you want a funded account?
I'll take the
Which
funded
one do you
account.
want?
Because you can take the funded
security
account
and
then
buy
you can
laptop
buy a
for
laptop.
yourself.
Yeah.
So you give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach him trading, he
Yeah.
uses for life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you want a chicken or you want a dozen eggs?
Oh. Alrighty. All right, so Nvidia is getting destroyed. Tesla. I lost some of my profit, but I'm still green. Let's see if Tesla, we can find another reversal on Tesla. That's what I'm trying to see.
It's trying to hold here, but I got a feeling it's going to fail.
Bitcoin is holding really nicely. PLTR. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't have any trade book on this situation. The PLTR dropped. Honestly, I think PLTR is strong, but I don't have a trade book. And when you're not having a trade book, is a recipe for, having a loss.
Yeah.
Like by trade book, I mean, I feel it might go back up, but I don't know exactly the entry signal, the exit, profit target, and everything. Just having a feel for it doesn't necessarily makes a trade. Like Nvidia, for example. Let me see, it's gonna go down for how long?
Yeah, I kind of wish I'd have missed that short there.
Yeah, Tesla is also going down very nicely.
Yeah, I kind of felt like Tesla had more downside. It still may go to PDC, which is
Yeah, it's very possible. This might be a good reversal on PDC.
Yeah,
I might take a long run at that previous day close.
Yeah, another $3.40. Oh, Nvidia is still selling off here. Okay, I'm short a little Nvidia at 147, 146.90 net 5. And immediately it comes back up. People are just covering some shorts there. Nice move lower on Microsoft. Lost S4. Gabby's short Microsoft. Oh, look at that. Look at Amazon really rolled over. Damn.
Yeah, everything is rolled over. Amazon is rolling over. Microsoft. I'm trying to find another trade. What time is it? 10. Come on. I need more money. I need another trade. Ali, what did you do? A very nice short on Microsoft.
Yeah, short on
Abby
Microsoft.
made $5,000. Abby, you're not allowed. It's illegal to make this money. Yeah, so Danny is asking, do you always use the trade book to enter? Yeah, you must have a trade book. And what is a trade book? Trade book is a system, the plan that you have. Like opening range breakout is just the name of a strategy, but when to enter, when to exit, when to add, when to get the stop out, these are goes into your trade book. And the selection of the stock, not all opening range breakouts or breakdowns are tradable. Like the book that I'm writing right now, the name of the book is Trade Book. So I'm going to walk you through some of these. That the selection of the stock, the identification of the trade before it happens, and then execution of the trade. These are all elements of the trade. Opening range breakout, just the overall concept. But now you want to actually see how to actually execute that. Then it goes into the trade book. Like for example, NVDA, I tried to go long. The first trade was okay, but the second and third trade, I really didn't have any trade book. Like why are you going long below volume weighted average price when the stock is super
Covering.
choppy, flat?
And just covering Nvidia for a small loss. I think the market's going to bounce here. I think Nvidia is actually.
For example,
probably
Brian
long.
got FOMO, went short in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, I was getting bored.
So Vahid says, I watch your YouTube so much until you give away your Lambo. So my Lambo is a lease actually, 1 year left. I'm not, didn't buy it. But if we get to 1 million subscriber, we're gonna give a laptop away. Like Mr. Beast, he did for his 26th birthday. He gave like 26 laptop. So
Mr. Beast. Wow, look at the market bouncing here.
laptop. No, don't, brother. I don't use Bookmap because I use level 2 for these entries signals. And honestly, I don't have enough screen to put another software up there. And if I need to get some information, I can usually ask Brian. Brian has it, and I think he's sharing it.
Yeah.
I don't think he shares today, but he shares it in the chat room.
Yeah.
I like to
I'm
keep my
sharing it.
trading simple. Oh, you're sharing it? Yeah. Yeah, I like to keep my trading simple, and my style is usually this breakout, like in Tesla opening range breakout that I did is most like I'm very proud of this trade that I did on Tesla. I'm gonna actually put it on my book today. It's just a perfect example because it was long ad, 3-4 ads, really nice on it, and then last ad didn't work out. So really perfect example of the trade management. So for people who are seeing my screen, so again, really nice entry. Really nice ad. We had a couple of really important levels for the breakout. We partial in on the pullback. We added one more 2 times, popped up very nicely. Another pop, and I added and it didn't work out, and I got a stop out at the last part. And again, it's just a typical trade that a couple of your ads work, and then you eventually get a stop out at the break even. So, this is just a perfect professional trading, and I love that. I wasn't like that before. I'm more and more. I'm getting really better at managing my trades. I learned a lot from Paris and Thor how to add in your position and how to actually increase your profit. And yeah, that's how it turned out to be a very nice $20,000 profit on Tesla. And although I lost $9,000 on Nvidia, I'm still profitable $11,000. So that's good, but we want more. Greed is something very interesting.
We want more. We always want more.
Yeah, we want more. Yeah,
Economic
always
principle.
more. Economic principles, like it's the capitalism that you have to always make changes. A lot of people are coming to, why are you trying to grow your YouTube channel? Why do you try to make your companies better? Because it's just the nature of the capitalism. You just have to keep growing. If you don't grow, it means that you're dying, which is very tiring and very frustrating, but that's how it is. You're gonna enjoy
That's how it is.
the whole That's how it is.
How
Like
to
my
keep growing.
dad, he retired so early. He purchased a small, grocery store, and at the age of I think 35, and then he ran it for 40, and then he kind of rented out, and he was getting decent money, not a lot, but decent money, like a very low middle. I mean, I'm coming from a lower middle class level. We were not poor, but we were not really having a good car was always an issue. So my dad kind of retired, and he died so early. Like he was just waking up, smoking. He didn't have anything to do. He wasn't reading the book, and he just died.
Yeah.
People need to just constantly just go fight and stuff. Like, and it's very important to especially men, because we don't create another human being. We just have to create some other things. Um, Women is different. They're magical. They just give birth to another creature. It's unbelievable. So for them, it's a little bit different. So you just have to keep. Like that's what people are telling me. Hey, if you're a trader, why are you? Fuck you. Like I have to do something. Like it's the writing a book or running a community or education is not just because I'm a scammer. It's just because I got to do something. Like Jordan Peterson,
Yeah.
he's probably rich. He thing. Elon Musk is running 6 companies. He doesn't need to do that. A lot of these big
Yeah.
comedians, big artists, they don't need to create. They just that's what they do. That's what they drive.
Yeah. I mean, I know so many people that retire and then like 6 months later you hear they passed away. They just their career or their job was their whole life, and they just didn't have anything to do after that. So if you retire, have a plan. Stay active, do something. Keep moving. Not that, and it's not that people that retire. I mean, I know a lot of people that retire and they have, they're super active. They do other things. They find other interests. I think it's kind of more the people that just don't pursue anything after they retire. They sit around, they watch TV or streaming or whatever.
Watching
Gotta
us
keep
right
moving.
now.
That's what I admire. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what
Brent.
Brent said. Watching us.
I was just saying, watching us right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Brian, you're retired, right?
I wouldn't say. Well, I had a job at a big company, and I had left the big company in 2014, I guess it was, and immediately started a consulting business, stayed active, partied with Andrew, and yeah.
I really admire Brian. Like, and Brian, he's super sharp for his age. He's not missing not even a single trading day. When he's in Vancouver, no, seriously, like I really admire you in that. When he's in Vancouver, he's not missing not even a single trading day. Like I miss a lot. Like today I wanted to sleep in and stuff. I love that. Like he's so sharp and stuff. Like John Hills, not John Hills. Sorry, Rafsila. He's like 78, so sharp. He's trying to learn one of the most difficult things on the planet Earth, and I really admire these people. Like even Peter, like for example, Peter is rich. He's retired. He's been a really successful career. And he's coming and running a YouTube show and energetic and coming and just I love this energy. Where did you get what are you taking? Like which kind of chemicals are you on? I love that. Like that's what I want to be like that. Who is the oldest member? I'd like to know who is the oldest member in the community. Do you have anyone older than 78? It's very important for me. Who is the oldest? Do we have anyone older than Rafsila?
Thank God that doesn't. I don't fall into that. Yeah, it's like Cerise. I just like I say, I don't know. Maybe partly it's my character. I just feel like if I'm not doing something, I just get bored and I start eating food, which isn't good. So, as you get older, just keep exercising, keep mentally sharp, read, learn new things, learn a new language. I've been almost a year and a half now. I'm trying to learn Spanish. I think it's kind of a lost cause, but just keep trying.
No, why lost cause? Like I think I want to go to Colombia, live in Colombia. I think I want to find eventually my wife in Colombia. Colombian girls are so beautiful, so friendly. Like this is gonna happen. I'm gonna go live in Colombia. I'm gonna get married in Colombia.
You're going to have your chance soon.
There you go. I'm stoked. I was looking at the schedule for our trip, and I see we're doing yoga. I was thinking I was going to be doing yoga by myself off in a corner somewhere, but it looks like we're doing like yoga at 7:00 in the morning, which I'm not as keen about. But
all right, so guys, let's get back into character. Tesla is going to go to the previous day close. I'm considering a reversal on
right
Tesla.
Wow, it's right there now.
Yeah, enough talking about drugs and ladies. Let's
possible bounce here. Well, I was talking my way right through that. Okay. Nvidia is coming back up here. Let's try a long on Tesla. I'm in at 330.16. See if we can get a pop here. Let's stay true to our word. We were going to take it long at PDC.
Yeah, I mean, I like to. This is a tricky trade because previous day close is a good support for Tesla. But let's see. Let's observe the price action a little bit. I don't see anything else. Like PLTR is also coming back up, but the time of the day is 10:21.
Yeah.
All right, so here it is. Okay, so it's going down. I'm waiting a little bit.
Sometimes Tesla will overshoot. Just to stop people out.
Let's see, drop. Wait. Let me see. Let's make all the drops. There's 328. Let's break the 328 before. Okay, so now I did it.
The Qs are dropping again here. SPY's dropping again. SPY's really struggling. All right, I'm out. 100 shares. I've lost.
I'm gonna come in now in Tesla 328.
Just when I get out.
No, it's a small size. I might actually add more in there. I think.
Yeah.
Let's see what we're gonna get here. I think it still has a little bit of a drop in it. 28.
Maybe, like
if you can
said,
get to 30, that would be nice.
Tesla sometimes will overshoot a level.
Oh, all right, here we go. Let's see. One more pop.
920.
One more. 329. Okay, I don't expect this one to go back to VWAP, just a little bit more pop. 70 cents, or here we go. 329. There you go. So now it's not partialing it. Okay, 30, that's good. I mean, this is what I wanted. I wasn't expecting something. I'm not expecting to VWAP. I make a hold like 2,000 shares to see if you can go a little bit higher, but most of my position is out now. So kind of like a degen trading. Let's see. If this candlestick closes as a doji, we might pop up a little bit more. Let's see. I still have 2,800 shares. All right, so 329. Ah, yes. Am I the best trader ever in the planet Earth? So humble too. Like now, 5 minutes making a new high. Making 331 partial. Yeah, I found the
See, I knew
bottom.
that. Yeah, that was good. Always overshoots, it seems to always do that. Well, overshoots. Amazon's coming back up.
Wow, Amazon's coming back. Nice. Nice, guys. 714 likes, guys. Is it 100 more likes, and we're going to
Wow.
give a laptop or a funded account or a Vancouver. Maybe we can give a Vancouver account too. By the way, guys, we have 8 VIP tickets for Vancouver. Lena, she just bought 2 of them. So the VIP accounts include the dinner and the breakfast that we have with all the speakers and a reception at my apartment, maybe a Lambo drive if you want, if you feel comfortable driving it. So 10 VIP tickets because my place doesn't have more space. Salim, how are you, buddy? Salim drove my Lamborghini or came into my Lamborghini. He didn't drive it, actually. All right, let's see if...
Qs are still looking
let's
weak
see.
here. SPY's still looking weak.
Let's see if Tesla can go higher,
I think
make the new 5-minute high. Might stop me out. I got a good pop on it.
I think Tesla's going to. I think it's going to lose the PDC. If it keeps hanging around here, it needs to break above this moving average 9 EMA. AMD is really weak. It's testing, or could be testing these lows back in early November.
Wow. Allah Akbar. Look at that. Look at this beauty. I'm adding a little bit more on Tesla, 331. Let's see if we can get one more pop. Although we are at the area that we might bounce on the 1-minute chart. We have this moving average, but I just added for fun. Let's see if we can get a few $1,000 more out of it. 332. If it pops up here, the 5-minute mixing new highs, we might go to the first moving average on 5-minute chart. Our hotkeys can be downloaded in the website. So if you go into the download section in our BBT homepage, you can actually download all the list of hotkeys that we're using. All right, partialing out a little bit more. NVDA goes to all-time high would be also nice.
Kind of don't see that at this point.
So any other thing? PLTR is coming back. I was thinking of getting long in PLTR too. That's the VWAP. It's just PLTR was also a good long. I'm really sad that I missed PLTR today. Instead, I made 3 trades on this piece of garbage NVDA. Titan, we can do a 1-to-1 together, but the question is where? If you want to come to Vancouver, yes, but I'm not going to fly to, South Asia, for example, to meet one of our followers. I mean, I would if I am there, but
Yeah, I mean, there's always an opportunity when we're traveling. I met a guy named one of our members in the chat room met David in Porto. He got a
We
hold of
have a
me. He said
lot of
he's
really,
there. Yeah, people all over
Portugal.
the
We have a lot
world.
of traders, and they're so cool.
Yeah,
Especially people in Portugal are so cool. I love them. Like these Portuguese people, like they're just fun and chill, and I love them.
yeah. So yeah, if we are traveling, and don't hesitate to reach out to us because you never know. Try to make
Yeah, there
time for
is.
people when you're traveling.
All right, so guys, here's the situation. I am having this Tesla shares. My average is 328, but we want to see potentially you could actually make any more money than this trade. So if you want to look at it, I want to show you something before we actually go there. If you go, for example, Tesla calls today at, let's say, 325 or 320. Let me see. Let's say, for example, 320. Like Tesla calls in 320. So if instead of the trade that I did, one second, sorry, I missed. So here's what I want to show you something. Look at my screen. So instead of taking a trade at 328 and get this $4 on it, what you could do is you could day trade options of Tesla. Like for example, it's 320. The moment that I went long, you could buy contracts at 14 and sell at 17. So the amount of leverage that you're getting and the amount of percentage that you're getting is significantly higher in trading options. And yes, for people who have a smaller account, sometimes you can get like 10% a day instead of me that I'm targeting like 0.5% a day on my big account. So day trading options is very, very, very interesting and very effective for the people who don't have a lot of money. But just the power of leveraging that is a little bit more complex, a little bit more complicated, but not too much for day trading because when you're going into the swing trading and earning trade, and then there is a lot of things coming in play. But for day trading options, you just need to be aware of some small things. One of the really good options traders that he trades live with his mentors and or mentees. Sorry, with his mentees and sharing his trades all the time. I'm in his WhatsApp group and stuff. Is Avi. So Avi wants to come and talk about his options trading strategy and how he actually trades, and he's been consistently getting very good return on his trades. Avi, are you on?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
All
are.
right.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, how's the audio this time? Better than last time?
It's okay.
Audio is
It's all
great.
good.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
We see
Better?
all
right.
the planes around and looking good, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I had to shave today. You had me on
So-
YouTube, so there you go.
Yeah, Avi, do you want to share anything on the chat room or no? You don't have anything to share.
Yeah. I've got a couple of screens open here. We can talk through a few trades from today and even the last few weeks. Got some good moves recently, so we can go through a
Yeah.
few if you'd like.
So yeah, no, please do. Like yesterday was very nice. Actually, yeah, I'm writing a new book, trade book, and yesterday you trade on NVDA. Was it NVDA calls? And I traded shares, and it was exactly the same. So actually, I'm putting that one into my book with all the respect and your permission. So I took the screenshot and want to put it in the book because it's really nice to see that. So tell us about options day trading. And by the way, guys, we're gonna give the laptop. So just holding us after this, guys. We're gonna get we're only 40 likes away to get the laptop.
Awesome.
Good.
Yeah, we can talk about that trade from yesterday. And yeah, I've got the screenshot here as well. And let's blow it up a little. There we go. So quite simply, my strategy is pick levels on the daily chart, and I picked this 146.50 area for Nvidia. And when it started to bounce, instead of going long on the shares, I went long on call options. And there's a couple of details here. We'll get into strategy, but let's talk about options first, since everyone's interested in that. So I went with 146 calls, which are slightly in the money because the price was here when I got it. And it was like 146 or so. And I went with 146 calls. So it's already in the money. And the whole point of that is that I want the premium on the options to closely mimic the stock price. And when you're in the money, you kind of give yourself that tiny bit, a little bit of edge. Otherwise, it gets more difficult to hold through pullbacks. Because if Nvidia goes nowhere after I enter, if I take and it goes nowhere, then the premium on the contract tends to disintegrate pretty rapidly. And I used to trade like that 6 months ago or even 1 year ago. And a lot of break-even stop-outs, a lot of scalping. Just wanted to get away from that. So the whole plan on this trade basically is go from one level to the next. The next level was 150, which it got close to. Yeah, I just got stopped out before it got there. The way to do it in the simplest possible way, whether you're scalping or 2-hour move or whatever it may be, it's easy to just go in the money. These are call options. So wherever your price is, as in your entry price, you can approximate, when you're about to enter. So you approximately know your entry price already before you enter. Just pick the strike to be below that on the call options. And that way, as it goes, the contract actually mimic the option, the shares, the price of the underlying. And it's a whole lot of fun, really. You get lots of leverage. Don't need a whole lot of buying power. I mean, this was, if you look at return on investment wise, it was like entry at about 280, all out at about, the top where I got that was 60. So return on investment is the key here. Lots and lots of leverage. Again, it goes the other way too. So you don't want to go like 200 contracts on your first day. That's not too smart. I made that mistake. So don't do that.
Yeah.
But that's the basics of it. You get leverage, small account. A lot of people are messaging me and asking, I have a small account. I can't take 1,000 Tesla shares. Well, you don't have to be bothered with all that. You can actually take bigger size with content. I'm not recommending that. But what's nice is, and at least my little journey here has been that I wanted to put the cash to other use rather than just leaving it overnight in my day trading all the time. I'd rather just put it to other use, put it into other investments, put it in my kids' trust fund or stuff like that, and trade with the minimal amount of cash that I need in my day trading account. And that's what I'm doing now. It's just the bare minimum that I need, and I take it out every day. On days I make profits, I take it out, so I don't get into an account that's too big. And the beauty is, like it's not 1% per day. I've averaged at about 10% per day consistently over the last about 12 months or so, just doing this, which is a whole lot of fun. Can't complain with that.
That's quite impressive. That's a very, very, very impressive. That's a very impressive return. And I know it's not easy, and I'm sure it's you have to manage your expectation. It comes in because leverage can blow up your account really well too. But that's very impressive, 10% a day.
Yeah, I think the important thing here is Avi's. We talked about the importance of having a trading plan. And, Advi's using options, but he's working with a trading plan. He has he's looking for specific setups and of the underlying stock, and he's taking his position using options. So, yeah, just be aware that you still need a trading plan. It's very important.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it, Brian. It's really all about the trade book. And again, your typical day trading trade book, maybe you're into 5-minute ORBs or Rising Devils or, whatever you're into. I'm doing the same thing. And I'll give you an example, a live example right here. Tesla right here. These are the levels I picked. Let's go to the daily chart. For today, I figured it's basically the high of a couple days ago, which was yesterday's close, and the all-time high. Well, that recent all-time high. And that's it. So there's no trade for me on Tesla until it gets to one of those levels. Just now it's happened to get down here. So there's potential for reversal. Maybe you see a double bottom, my trades only happen at specific levels that I pick on a bigger perspective. And then I like it because I can hold it into, the next level of liquidity. So if I manage to get along somewhere here, let's say I pick out this double bottom a couple of minutes, 340 would be the first target, obvious number, and you can see that's where the opening liquidity was. And then let's see if it pops up above that. But again, what I'm just talking about right here, there has nothing to do with options. This is just the trade book. Whatever your style is, whether you're using VWAP and momentum or you're just going off of levels and candlesticks like I am. Either way, I'm not changing it. Options do get more than that, and you do other things with them. Again, when you're doing spreads and overnight and earnings plays, all those sorts of various things, then you got to study the Greeks and all that stuff. And honestly, that's just too much work for me, so I'm not too interested in that. I just do it this way. It's kind of crude, but it's just directional for the day, within the day. One problem that I've come across, spread. Of course, it's a lot worse than something liquid like Nvidia or Tesla, just buying the shares or shorting the shares. So the way I work around that and the way I absorb the spread is I make sure my trade book has massive reward in it. So 5-to-1 is a typical trade for me, and if it doesn't offer 5-to-1, I'm not likely to take it. Now, very often it does with the targets, you take it off, but at least you build in the commissions and the spreads and all those other things you got to build in for an options trade. So that's an important thing to think about. Don't just think you're going to come buy options and you're in the trade. You buy one contract, you're already down $50 just on entry. Now try buying 100 and see how that goes. So there's a spread there. It's like trading trading Netflix or something with a big spread. Something to be very, very careful of. See, we've got a few questions here.
Yeah, you gotta
go through these.
Yeah, so the question is, which strike do you choose? So, for example, if you want to trade, day trade Tesla or Nvidia, and let's say, for example, Tesla is trading at 327.
Yeah.
What's the nearest strike that you select?
So right now, let's say I'm identifying this as a breakout, and I'm going to go short. I take the 30 put options. So it's in the money. It's a put option, and you're going down. My target would probably be 325, whatever it is. But
So
yeah, I'm going in the money always. 330 at this point. In the money, just in the money.
I'm in that exact trade right now. I'm long the puts, 330s. Yeah,
nice.
Just covering some.
Yeah,
just covering some here. Yeah.
You're giving me FOMO, Brian.
Yeah. Tesla broke down. I was long on Tesla, but it dropped at 1035, huge volume, so I got stopped out on it. And it looks like it's a short. Now it's going significantly down. I think the next level that Tesla can go up is the yesterday low, 323.32. So yesterday low. I think the way that it's setting up, most likely you want to hit there.
Yep, yesterday's low would be a target.
I mentioned it. Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. I kind of thought it was gonna break PDC at some point, which it has now. So
nice.
Yeah,
I'll show you guys something else here if you want to see it.
Yeah,
I'm in a trade on Meta right now. Picked it off close to the bottom on a new 5-minute high. Just got a partial talking, and still got 10 contracts to go. So that worked nice. Again, the whole idea on my style is I wait for it to move to a very big level, an important level. So here's the Meta chart. That's the bottom. That level, I had put it in before the open today. Picked it off on the daily chart. That's the level down there, and the top's up there. It got to the bottom, bounced off. That's basically an engulfing new. I think it was in this area where I got in. Stop losses below, and now it's took one partial. And let's see if it breaks the high of the day and goes up. So that's the strategy, at least the strategy that I'm using in order to build in a high risk to reward, and then just do it with options. And one other trick I do also is I don't watch the trade after I'm in. Like I've been talking to you guys now. I didn't even watch it. It just took a part. So that's one way to do it. Again, that's how you can get high risk to reward. If you're watching it all the time, as in you're trying to scalp it, then you can get caught up in the noise. There is a very good trading style to do that, momentum trading and scalping. It's just not something I do anymore, not these days. And it works better with this style of options trading. Works really well.
So if you're not watching, how do you manage your stops if you're not watching the stock?
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll put the stops in. So I'll pop out the Meta trade again.
So do you
range orders.
Use a hard stop? Okay.
Yeah, range orders right there. So I had one partial there, the next one's up there, and that's it. Range orders. And that way I don't get messed up when it starts to go against me here, and I just take it off because I'm getting a little afraid. No point getting caught up in that noise. So again, the whole point is options. I found you really gotta absorb the spread and the commissions. Those things do become a bit of a problem, and so to get around it, you got to go with high RVR trades that can absorb all those expenses. So 5 to 1, and now I've built out this sort of trade book where I've even removed the VWAP and such things because that's just noise. So just go from one level to the other. You have the level 2 to give you more confirmation, liquidity, those sorts of things.
Right.
So that works. Okay, I'm going to try to go through some of these things. They're all backed up in our BBT chat. Where do we start? Farhada, what was the max loss I ever had on options? I've lost 6 figures in a day, and that's not fun. You don't want to do that. So be careful with options. Yeah, with just a few contracts, you don't watch it for a few minutes, no stop in place. It goes the other way. That's difficult. Now, what does in the money or out of the money mean? All right, we could go through that real quick. So we're talking about Tesla here. Let's say, for example, you were trying to go long over here. You'd buy call options on Tesla. If you buy the 326 call option, it's in the money. If you buy, let's say, the 333 call option, that's out of the money. The whole point of call options is it goes up as the stock goes up. Think of it that way. And so the 331, 332, 333 options are not in the money yet. They're out of the money. What's in the money is below. And it's the reverse with puts. So those are, some of the basics there.
Yeah, if you want to learn about options, again, we've mentioned that I do a book out on Amazon, how to trade options. So cover day trading options and swing trading options and lots of strategies. There's lots of strategies to use options. So it starts with the basics and covers a lot of as you get through the book, it covers a lot of strategies. So if you're interested in trading options like Avi, you can check that out.
Yeah, brilliant book. I got that book from Andrew, his book. When I did go to Vancouver, was it 10 months ago now, 8 months ago? Very good book. All the details are there. Really brilliant. Yeah. So very useful. Addy, buy and sell. Yeah, closest expiry. So Friday expiry. So my trading on Friday is a little different than the rest of the week just because it's 0 DTE. I tend to get out more quickly. I don't have as much patience as I do for the rest of the week. So that's just one small detail. I still do go in the money, but it is Friday. It's 0 DTE. But yeah, just the closest options. Ooh, and look at this. Nvidia is setting up. This is my kind of trade. Ooh. This big hammer close to my level. And then the new high. I might get long here. And the stop would be below there, below the low of the hammer. And you're looking for the top. Ooh, I might do this. I'll wait a few minutes and see what it does. What else? We got some questions here. Ncell and a bunch of numbers. Large size. So today on Meta, I got in, it was like $650 per contract. So I took 50 contracts. But something like Google, which I was getting involved with, got into break even. That's about $3 a contract. I think I took 150 earlier. I got out at break even. That spread was insane today. So I didn't want to hold it. Let's see, what else do we have? Addy, yeah, in the money for Friday expiry as well. Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, you hit on. I was just going to say, kind of with your comment about the spreads. Avi always trades stocks that are quite actively traded with options, and that's one way you can deal with the spreads is stick with stocks like Nvidia, Google, Amazon. If you go something weird like I don't know, some stock like like Shop or something like that, and not actively traded with options, you're probably going to see larger spreads and more, and obviously that can hurt you if you're getting in and getting out, if you need to get out in a hurry.
Yeah, absolutely. And so my pre-market routine is about 30 seconds because I already know the tickers I'm watching. It's the same 8 tickers every day. And the 30 seconds is just turn on the computer. And I rarely have to move these levels around. They're on the daily chart. So once in 2 weeks, I move them. And that's it. I just show up early to talk to people. It's fun. And help my mentees. It's good fun. And but even today, like I struggled with Google. I shorted it at the open or bought puts, but just getting in, I was down like 2K. So as soon as it gave me a break-even opportunity, I was out of it. Not going to fly. It's just too big on that, just not enough liquidity or whatever the problem was. you don't want to play with that. So even on something like Google, which is a big tech name, still got to watch the spreads. So, but it is nice having a very mellow pre-market routine. You don't have any stress before the market opens. You get FOMO. Am I watching the right tickers? Am I not? I mean, that thing has earnings. That thing does not. That thing's gapping. That's none of my business, really. I don't do things that way. Keep it easy, man. Really easy. IG, we got a question here. How do you prepare for?
Yeah, so sorry, I want to say something here. If you can hear me, I don't know, for some reason the quality of the stream in the chat room is not good. I don't know what happened. I don't think it's at our control. So if you want to see the Avi's screen, you can go in the YouTube. YouTube is still very clear and super nice, but in the chat room I see that it's not that clear. So I do apologize for that. I'll just email the support guy to take a look at it.
Yeah, I got it hardwired this time as an Ethernet cable and all. But
no, it is because we have really good in YouTube, but for our chat room streaming is it's getting delayed. Maybe it's the issue that we are having. So here's what question that we have. So some people are asking that in a cash account, do you need permission? Do you know about that or no? For options trading,
actually, I think Megan and Jared know about that. Yeah, it's the PDT rule and how much cash you need to have. Actually, I've never dealt with that problem, so I don't know. But I think Megan and Jared would know better. It's not something I
so you don't
deal
use
with.
VWAP. Obviously, the VWAP has no meaning in options because volume weighted average price is to the price.
Well,
it's not about options. That's VWAP.
Yeah. You have to be careful what you say about, because Avi's trading. You have to remember, Avi's just trading the underlying stock, but he's using options. So if your playbook or your trade strategy involves VWAP, then you want to be watching it if you're going to trade options based on VWAP. Avi's strategy does not, from what I understand, what Avi's saying does not depend on the VWAP. You don't get look. You just look at levels.
Yeah, that's it. It's a matter of strategy. It's nothing to do with options. It's unrelated. That's right. My thing is just daily chart levels, which dictates I have to be patient for a setup and then also patient for. So I just do it that way. That's all I'm working with here. So IG had a practical question here. How do you prepare your screens for trading 4 stocks you watch? Yeah, so IG, what I've got is 2 options chains open side by side on a auxiliary screen. And then I'm just watching these charts right here. That's all I'm doing. And if I see something that's getting into my area, like if I was interested in Tesla at this level, I would have pulled up the Tesla options chain and either buy the calls or buy the puts if I wanted to take that position. And that's it. That's all there is. It's nothing too complicated. There's really nothing complex. I mean, if you work with me on trading, the first thing I always say is like simplify it. Absolutely simplify it. I removed all these moving averages and VWAPs, all these sorts of things. It was just too much for me. It was just too much stimulation, over trading and all that. So I've just simplified the matter, going with higher time frames, and only going directional, long or short, not doing spreads, thinking, okay, I'm gonna box in the price or anything like that. I'm not doing that stuff, not daily at least. And just go longer based on levels, based on how it interacts with the levels, and then using the level 2 as well for some sort of confirmation to see if there is a ladder in a direction. That's kind of the basics of it, real basics of it in a few minutes. What else we got? Any other interesting questions we should answer? Andrew, you watching the YouTube chat?
Yeah, I'm using it. I'm watching it. Some people say that why in the money options? Isn't it a little bit out of the money has more volatility? Like if, for example, go a little bit out of the money, not too much, then isn't it the delta that is really up?
See now, Andrew, that's perfect for your style of trading. If you're scalping or you're trading momentum, that works because it goes in as the underlying goes in your favor. The option really accelerates. You get the gamma, basically not squeeze, but you get the gamma in the options contract. It works beautifully. If you're like trades usually take a few hours, you struggle with something that's super volatile. You want it to just mimic the underlying price, the instrument. So it's just slightly works. Again, it depends on your strategy. If you have a hold, you're trading on 30 minutes, daily charts, stuff like that. If you're scalping, you're trading momentum, you're in and out within 5 minutes, within the first 5 minutes, then going out of the money, just picking your target as a strike price, that works nicely. I used to do that a lot. I just do things a little differently this way. But again, there's no right and wrong. It's based on your strategy. So that's a good question. A lot of people ask that one.
Yeah, these are good questions. So, Abby, I know you trade live. It's your mentees, and also
Yeah.
you have a course. In the course, what are the course included? What are you talking about in your course?
So the course is really interesting because it's all about the 80-20 of day trading. So what I do is I take everything that I've known in day trading and distilling it down. What is the meaning of various indicators? What is the meaning of psychology, and why? What is more important? What should you spend your time when you're in a losing run, for example? Should you focus on your indicators and a new strategy, or is it on the psychology side of it? What is it? We get into those sorts of things. And so the problem I've discovered in day trading is that there's a lot of noise out there in the day trading world, a lot of stuff. Everyone's like making a lot of noise and absorbing a lot of noise, really. And so the whole point of this course is to distill a fair bit of that, make it simpler, and help you find what works for you, not necessarily what works for me, and then imposing that onto you, my strategy or the strategies I've used over the years. It's not about that. It's all about helping you find what works better for you. Is your temperament more aligned with momentum trading, for example, or are you more of a patient person or more of an analytical person? You need to watch it before you have confidence to put on a trade on that specific stock. There's all kinds of traders there, and it's based on your personality. So I really work with that. That's the key point of it. And it's very interesting. Of course, within that, I go through many strategies as many strategies as I've used over the years. You get to learn all about them. But that's the whole point of the course. And with that, yes, you get mentorship with me. Of course, that goes hand in hand. So it's an interesting one.
Amazing.
Something a little different.
All right. So we are slowly getting
Mm.
into the 11 o'clock. And we want to give away, we promised, and I'm the man of my promise, we want to give away something, either a laptop or we can give you a membership or something like that, depending on the winner wants, maybe a funded account. The only thing that I wanted to mention that is I'm short Tesla at 328. So I want to see if Tesla can go to the next level, just to keep you that I'm also short Tesla. Let me share my screen. Avi, thank you so much. If you have any question, guys, avi@bearbletraders.com. Avi is also coming to Colombia. If you're coming to Colombia, you can actually talk with Avi more. You can Avi can sit down next to you if you're bringing your trading laptop. We have 1 week of trading. And by the way, we also have one more extra spot because Dan unfortunately had to cancel. So if anyone is interested in coming to Colombia with us, December 1st or November 30th, feel free to email us. There's one spot available. Dan unfortunately had to cancel, which is understand because people plan changes. So so check out Avi if you have any question. Avi@bearbletraders.com. Avi also giving modules and live trading for our peak capital trading traders, which we are in the middle of our cohort. The next one, January 2025. We have another cohort of peak capital trading that all of our senior traders are in there. Thor is having his own VPA module. Avi's there, team captains and everything. So that's also one thing that you can do. And again, trading is like a gym membership. You're signing up and you got to get the work done, and people are there to support you. But at the end of the day, it's you. We have some people, like I see some people that, for example, yesterday there was some people that he sent me 5 emails about the $1 sign up. And he said, I signed up for $1. Why am I not doing this and this and this and this? And I didn't respond because if you pay $1 and you can't figure out that small thing, then maybe you better not to be. And he says, oh, this is about customer service. But it's not about the customer service. It's about, can you figure out navigating some small things in just the website? If you can't, then how do you want to learn a sophisticated hotkey or platform and everything? So maybe you better not to, at least not with us, because I don't want you to blow up your life with us. Maybe it's somewhere else. Having said that, check with Avi, talk to us if you have, and let's go through the laptop giveaway. I'm also looking at Tesla. So how are we doing in terms of laptop? Give us a like, 900 like. All right, so are we gonna get the participant list? 627. There's some people probably in the list that is not staying in there. Let's get that. Ding, 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 ding. All right, let's see what Brent says. All right, ding, 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 ding. Sylvia. Boom. 3, 2, 1. Candice Chan. Is Candice a lady name? Candice Chan, congratulations. Is it a Candice is a boy name or is it a girl name? I don't know. Congratulations.
Usually a girl's name. Usually.
Girl's name. So what we're gonna do is you're welcome to have whatever you want, either a laptop or a membership if you want. All right, so thank you so much for that, guys on YouTube. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm sure Tesla. Let's see if Tesla is gonna go to 323. Most likely, is gonna go. And Avi, thanks again for your time and the great presentation. I'm gonna come back into
Awesome. Thanks, Andrew.
Yeah, all the best, buddy. See you soon in Colombia.
Yeah, for sure.